Hello everyone, welcome to Raw vs. Wrestling for Monday Night Raw, January 23rd, 2012. And all in all, I thought the show itself was a very good show. Everything seemed to build extremely well going into the pay-per-view match. Not just in the pay-per-view match, but into the pay-per-view in general. The tag team match at the beginning of the show was extremely well done. Also including the story of Zack Ryder and getting injured in his match with Kane and prolonging his the storyline with Kane and John Cena. Though the backstage segment where he got angry and you saw the face, that was probably the corniest angry face I've seen in quite some time, but it definitely got the story across. Pretty much as I was thinking or watching, probably the only segment I really didn't end up liking was the Brutus Clay segment. And it's because it was the typical, they're still trying to build him. So it was another squash match this week, Heath Slater this week, and obviously they had William Regal come out. I had no idea what he said because I was at the event live, so I heard nothing that was on the commentator's booth. Just like with Wade Barrett on commentary during the Sheamus match, which also the match wasn't bad, but it was useless. And Jinder Mahal, I have no idea why he's still facing Sheamus, but that's a digression to that. It did build well for the Royal Rumble match going on Sunday. The whole main event, where you had CM Punk and John Laurinaitis. It was supposed to be them two. They read the letter saying John Laurinaitis is interim general managership was going to be under review. Triple H was going to do the review, and then he replaced him with Otunga. Obviously, Punk dispatches Otunga really fast, and this eventually leads to him, of course, looking like he was going to shake hands and just GTSing John Laurinaitis. It was a slow build going into it, and especially with how long it took Otunga just to read the letter to begin with. But I felt, even though it wasn't a main event match, it was a nice little tidbit going into the pay-per-view. You have this feeling that maybe John Laurinaitis won't try to screw CM Punk out of the title because he has a review the next night, so he doesn't want to make it feel like he's trying to put the screws over on some people and favoring others. So, all in all, the show itself, the show as just Raw, I felt was pretty good. It wasn't overly great, but it definitely wasn't bad. And it was very enjoyable to watch live. The spot with Zack Ryder getting chokeslammed through the stage was amazing to watch live. And overall, I felt like it was a fun experience. Of course, you had the Superstars matches and the afterwards matches, which I really won't talk too much about because it wasn't part of the TV show. That's what this review is typically about. But those were extremely fun to watch as well, and actually very good. But overall, just for Monday Night Raw, it was a pretty, I won't say great show, but it was a really good show, and it was a really good way going into the pay-per-view. Probably one of the better go-home shows I've seen in quite some time. And, well, that's pretty much all I have to say about Monday Night Raw for this week, and I thank you guys for watching.